Hello everybody and welcome back to KSP POV, where we play Kerbal Space Program in first person. Today I'm very excited about our mission. We are going to take our first attempt, well, our first intentional attempt at passing by the Mun. After the disastrous mission that cost Jebediah his life, we need to take things a little more slowly. We need to be more cautious with our Kerbal. So we are going to be doing this with a probe. And hopefully all goes well. We'll be able to gain a lot of science from this, and then hopefully that will be able to unlock better quality crewed vessels and things that we can do to let our Kerbals explore, but also bring them home safely. So let's go ahead and get started, jump right back in. Okay, so here we are. We got a couple missions to do, a couple mystery goo space near Kerbin. That'll be easy. We're gonna ignore that mission for now. We're gonna ignore that mission for now. We're gonna ignore that mission for now. And then this is primarily, so these two are what we're gonna do. Fly by the Mun, be in an escape trajectory, and to return some science from it. So we could transfer that science and not worry about bringing the probe back. But we're gonna, obviously we're gonna try to do that. We've got 33 science. I don't think we can spend anything, but let's check it out. Nope, everything is too expensive. Alright, let's check out our administration building, see what our programs are in here. Local science 2, we're going to go ahead and cancel that because that is just a bonus to KSC and Kerbin science, and we haven't been making a lot of that. So let's go ahead and take a probe contract for the Mun. So we're going to get plus 400% funds once we gain the milestone. We'll get negative 80% funds if we do any other celestial body. So if we were to just decide to do Minmus instead, we get penalized for that, and increases the likelihood of receiving contracts for the Mun. So we're gonna focus on the Mun first, and then we'll go over to Minmus. And then since we don't have, let's go ahead and take that. Since we don't have the research body mods that would put the observatory right here, we know of all the celestial bodies, so Duna, Eve, Jewel, all that, and all of the moons. So yeah, I can't wait to explore those and explore in first person. So we have the astronauts necessary, we have the contract, so let's go ahead and jump right in, build ourselves a flyby probe. Okay, I have been having a little bit of trouble with the ECS IVA. Fortunately, I'm going to see if I can fix that. It's another reason why we want to focus on probes, but we have a couple different options. We've got the Octo and the QBE. Just want to look real fast. This has electrical charge of 5, where this is an electrical charge of 10. They both have the same reserve power. Data transmission, we only have level 2, so 15.8 and 15.8. They're both the same. Okay. I think I'm going to choose the Dobodyne QBE because of its square shape. I like this gold foil. We're going to do that. Because of its square shape, it's pretty easy to tack on these solar panels, like so. We don't have access to anything worthwhile as far as solar panels, so we're just gonna have to deal with that. Alright, and put a little parachute on there. So now, do we have access to a service bay? We do. Excellent. Let's go ahead and pop in our science experiments in here, and then I'll jump back in. We'll keep going. Okay, so that's all the science experiments that we're going to put in here. Just this is only going to collect science from around the Mun. We do have a contract to do a mystery goo near the surface, and I think we'll attach that on the lower stage. Alright, so these are all separated. Why is that not giving me the menu? Weird. Let's put these in on the action groups. So we don't have anything for one, so let's do this on 2. All right, so we're gonna serve that. All right, we got those. Oh, we forgot the magnetometer boom. That's okay. We needed to add in a reaction wheel. We don't have any batteries, do we? No, we don't have any circular batteries. Okay, so we'll just add in the reaction wheel and then add in the magnetometer booms like so. Alright, and now we're just going to load this up with as many batteries as it'll let us put on here. There we go. Alright, so that is our science bay completed. Please tell me we have a heat shield. Yes, we do. Excellent. This is not going to need nearly that much ablator. We'll just drop that down to 60. Okay, and yeah, that looks good. Let's get some communication on here. Do Communitron right there. Communitron right there. We're not going to transmit any of our science. We're just going to collect it and bring it back home. So no need to have anything else. This is for our short-term control, and then once we get out into space, this will be our long-term, long-distance control. You know what? Might as well. Okay, there we go. So we got our action group set up for that. Perfect. This is a good thing. We're gonna name this the Mun Flyby 1. Mun Flyby V1 dash 0. Parentheses. There we go. So this means this designation here that I'm going to be putting is the designation for how many seats are available. And since this is probe control, if it's marked as 0, then that means there are no possibilities to have a Kerbal aboard. All right, so now we have our payload. Now we just need to work our way backwards through the mission. And we're going to need 860 delta V to take us from low Kerbin orbit to a Mun flyby. So let's see what this gives us. 1,000. All right. Is there a smaller tank available? Still 1,000. Okay. We're going to use the smaller tank. Keep everything nice and efficient. Throw another decoupler on there with payload fairing. There we go. I'm going to make this silver because I like to have my probes in a silver fairing. Now, all we need is the 3,400 to take us into low Kerbin orbit. And we have the ability to return this vessel because we're going to have extra delta V after we reach orbit. We could potentially put a probe on here, flip it around, and re-enter it into the atmosphere with some parachutes and recover it. But I don't think we're going to do that. We're just going to blow it up. There we go. All right. So now we have explosives, and those go on the same. These two go under here. This goes under there. This goes under there. This goes with that. And we are good. Let's check the center of lift, center of mass on here. There is no lift, okay. Ooh, these wings are gonna be way too big. Okay, do these have gimbal control? It does not look like it. Okay, well, that is unfortunate. We do have reaction wheel up here. Maybe instead of the Kodiak or Codlac, Kodiak? Kodiak. Codlac is from Skyrim. We go with something that has gimbaling for the center. Gimbal range, okay. Well, the swivel just has a better delta V. Anyways, okay, so 3,000. All right, so we will not be using this one to make it to orbit. So let's see what we can do here. Oh, I also spotted another problem. First off, we're going to give it more fuel, because we're going to be using part of this to get into orbit. All right. And the second problem I discovered was we have no visuals on here. So let's go ahead and get into utilities. Bring one of these whole cams. I'm gonna put it right there. We're also gonna put one right there. We're gonna try not to block the solar panel. And in fact, let's just put a couple more of these on here. Why not? Okay, so we got cameras, 2 directions. This will give us a good view of our surroundings as we go by. Do we need RCS on here? We have a reaction wheel, so I don't think so. I think we'll be okay. Whoops. I'm gonna put that right back there. We're gonna need to rebuild that. Alright, so I don't think we're gonna need the Separatrons. I don't think we're gonna need the explosives. We're gonna put the magnetometer booms, let's do toggle on that one. Yeah, I think it's toggle. I'm gonna put these on their own action group to toggle them back in. Alright, I think this looks a little good. Obviously, this is just eyeballing all these features and the delta V, so let's go ahead and run this in a simulation. We'll see how that goes. I'll be right back. Alright, that was quite the test. We did the entire mission from start to finish. We learned a couple things that we need. Firstly, we're going to change this extend antenna to toggle antenna. We are going to get rid of the transmit data group. We're going to actually add our action groups into this. So AG1 is deploy, AG2 is psi high, AG3 is psi low, AG4 will be descent, and AG4 will be... AG4 will be the toggle magnetometers. You know what? No. We're going to make these specific. There we go. All right, there we go. Action groups are set up. We are also going to add a camera onto this, so we can keep an eye on our scent. Let's actually do two. Let's load it up with all the cameras. All right. Oh, and then we want to change our probidobidine control point. The probe control room. We're going to do the PCR IVA Plus Retro. We've been enjoying that, and we're early enough in our program that it seems about right. Okay, so this is a difficult mission because we are just barely cutting our Delta V budget here, but I think it's good. You know what? Let's just give ourselves just a little more wiggle room. All right. Oh, that's what it is. I remember what it was that I forgot. We wanted to add more blader. In the members only channel, we do extended cuts of a lot of these Kerbal episodes that include the test flights of this, and I kind of give my thoughts as we go along. Oh, come on, build this fairing. Build the fairing. Build the fairing. So yeah, at the end of the test flight, before while we were waiting for the parachute to drop down, I was trying to figure out all the things from the test flight that I needed to remember to put on here, and then I forgot one. It just completely escaped me. But the ablator, we ended up running out of ablator a little ridiculously, so we're just gonna add a little bit more. It does add a little more weight, but that's okay. And we are not going to add explosives to this, but we will add the separatrons because we are going to be low enough in space that we will be able to recover that. All right. So with that said, I'm going to do one quick test flight just to make sure that the probe control room is set up the way that I like it. This isn't going to be on the channel members only, so as of right now, let's go ahead and, unless there are any problems that we need to change, let's go ahead and get this on the launch pad. I am going to change out these winglets for something that has some actual control. And give this section just a little more fuel. All right, there we go. All right, here we are at the launch pad, getting ready to launch the lunar, or the Munar flyby 1. Let's go ahead and hop into the probe control room and get ourselves set up and ready to go. So first thing we're gonna do is get our camera located. There we go. We're gonna switch to the booster cam, keep an eye on our outside view. Then we're going to move this one over to our resources. Keep an eye on that. Next thing, in our little checklist, we're going to bring our seat down so it's a little easier to see all these controls. We are going to turn our lights on. Chatter is not connecting. Chatter's not going to connect because this is not a crewed mission. Let's go ahead and turn on our thrust to weight monitor, as well as our altitude monitor and altitude rate. Change our FDAI guide mode to surface prograde. And that FDAI are these little markers here that will help us indicate and line up to the directions we want to line up to. SAS on. I'm going to turn on this TV. It's only got 2 modes, which is this kind of target and minimal control mode, but we also have camera. So we're going to put this on this one, which is the camera inside the fairing. It's clipping through a little bit. And then we are going to put this one onto that camera. Okay, all's good. This is our MacLeod stuff. We're not going to be dealing with that this time around. And here are our action groups. Over there is our crash specialist desk, and over there is our Capcom, but we're not going to be using that in today's mission. So with everything all set up, I think we are ready to go. Oh, should change my flags. I didn't mean to keep the foil flag on for now, but doesn't matter. We will do that at another time. So let's go ahead and throttle up, get ourselves ready, and ignite. There we go. Good solid liftoff. We're holding steady upright. That's good. We've got about a 3.0 thrust to weight ratio. Not bad. So let's start our pitch over just ever so slightly to about right there. All right, we've only got 300 delta V left in our side boosters. And jettison. There we go. Nice clean brake. Good to see. And we are just going to kind of hold steady here, follow our prograde. We don't have the option to, so I'm clicking here, we don't have the option to lock to prograde because of the technology of the probe that we are using. We only have the ability of turning SAS on or off. Okay, so we broke the carbon line with our apoapsis, so we will be killing our throttle probably pretty soon. Let's tilt over a little bit more. I think I want to get to 120 kilometers, give myself a little bit of room. There we go. Let's kill it. Let's see. We are at 50 kilometers above the surface, so we can go ahead and jettison our fairing, which is nice. Opens up our other cameras. And let's see. Let's go ahead and quick save. We will be doing some quick saving on this one because I've run into some bugs here in the Pro control room. Sometimes it's when you go into the map view, it kind of locks you out of some other stuff. So we're just going to do some quick saves here, but of course we're not going to abuse it. All right, so there we go. We plotted in our circularization burn. It's going to take 64 seconds. So at the 32 mark. All right, let's set this to maneuver, set that to maneuver. So at the 32 mark, we will ignite. Let's go ahead and set our FDAI to maneuver node prograde. We are in space now, so we have full control. Let's go ahead and tilt this. Actually, before we do that, let's deploy, make sure our antenna, we see the door to the service bay open there, so that lets us know that our action group did in fact work. And we're going to tilt ourselves down. Whoops, past that. We're going to tilt ourselves down and over and line ourselves up with these markers, and then that will put us at our target prograde. How much time do we have? 57 seconds. All right, good. It's so much nicer for me and hopefully for you guys that I can actually talk about what I'm doing in real time, as opposed to earlier seasons of POV where I just I recorded it all without any kind of voiceover, and I just kind of relied on my mouse telling the story to myself. Oh, 32 seconds. Let's go. Letting my mouse wiggling tell the story of what I needed to talk about, but here I can actually point out exactly what I'm doing at any given time, whatever I'm looking at. So it's been a little bit easier for me to kind of keep track of explaining everything, because I can just explain it when we need to. Change that to that. Alright, so we're pushing out our apoapsis. That's nice to see. We've strayed from our target marker a little bit. But you know what? Let's actually change this to surface prograde. And we'll keep an eye on that instead. How much left? We only got that much left in the stage. And jettison. Cool. So get our camera back up. So that lower stage will be coming back into the atmosphere and breaking up upon re-entry. And we are now in orbit. Alright, it's a little higher of an apoapsis than I wanted, but it shall do. Yeah, so we got a probe in orbit. Very happy with that. We've got quite a bit of fuel remaining, so I'm pretty happy about that. Let's go ahead and plot in our intercept. No need to wait around. No need to change our inclination. Our inclination isn't great though. That's not great. We may need to change our inclination. Let's just see. Let's just see. There we go. I was looking at it from the wrong direction. There we go. Because all we need is a flyby. We don't need to land, so we don't need to come in equatorially. That's quite expensive. Let us see. Let's set that as our target. Yeah, we are negative 8.9 degrees off. That is ridiculous. We did not fly straight. Alright, so we will change it. That's basically more of an inclination change than it takes to get to mid-miss. That's ridiculous. Wow. Okay, so we're going to have to play this pretty close to the chest. Alright, 347 is our... and burn time of 15 seconds. Okay. Alright, let's get our FDAI pointed to the node. The maneuver node. Look how maneuverable we are right now. Once you get rid of the lower stage... on this craft. It's quite good. Okay. Alright. So we're pointed the right way. So now all we need to do is time warp our way to the maneuver. And at 7 seconds, we will ignite. It's nice seeing Kerbin slide by. Alright, let's load this down. We are still lined up with our maneuver. Good to see, good to see. Night. Wait, were we not at our spot? We weren't even at our spot. Holy... Alright. Need to read the meters a little better. Okay. So what I did was I had this set to my apoapsis instead of the maneuver. So we were 5 minutes out from the maneuver when we started our burn. So that is no good. Let's get ourselves packaged up in here. It's been a little bit. I gotta say the hiatus from Kerbal that I took for the month of October was nice. It gave me some chance to kind of refresh and come back to it, but I did kind of underestimate just how difficult KSP POV is. I need to remember that. Okay, so we have a maneuver that's 15 seconds once again. But we now have less fuel than before. Great. Alright, once again, time warp to 7 seconds. Alright, still lined up right there. Good to see. Fire. And kill. Alright, is there an inclination here? Let's change all that. Let's clear our node. Alright, inclination. Okay, 0.83. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, so we stand a much better shot at interception without having a ridiculous amount of delta V necessary. If we pass by this way, oh, that will put us on an escape trajectory. Okay, so we're going to want to do it that way instead. We want a nice low periapsis. There we go. 31-second burn. Easy enough. Alright, FDI is set correctly. Let us change this to... There we go. Alright. Get ourselves lined up. I don't have too much worry of power issues. Is it still not the right way? No, that seems right. Yep, that's correct. Alright. Let's see. Look at our solar. I haven't had much concern about our power usage. I feel like we have enough batteries and solar panels in enough places. As long as we don't point our engine or our nose directly at the sun, one of our solar panels will grab something. So that's good to see. And everything is set and ready to go. Alright, yeah, there's nothing left to do. We're going to go ahead and quick save and time warp our way to our maneuver. Alright, we want 15 seconds. We are still lined up with our maneuver. Good to see. 15. we're just gonna be going off the delta V required. Prograde, okay. Okay, so that was the delta V required. Let's look at our... Okay, minimum distance, 19 kilometers. That looks correct. That is not correct. Okay, so let us... Oh, okay, see now, yeah, it changed. Okay, it changed. All right, so let us do orbital retrograde. Swing this on around to right there. Let's limit our throttle. Let's limit it to like 50%. Alright, so now we are on an impact. Let us lower our throttle even more. Because we are, yeah, we're coming in from that side. Okay, good, good, good. Oh, it went way too far. Okay, that's 382. Okay, we're gonna just flip it around again. Easy enough. There we go. We're just gonna tap it on in, nice and slowly. Let's do 21. 21 seems about right. And check our work in here. Excellent. All right, so we are reading that instrument correctly. I just didn't clear my node, so I was looking at the wrong information. Cool. What does that do to our return orbit? All right, it's not terrible. We're at least still not on an escape trajectory. Good to see. All right, so let us plot in. Oh, we don't need to plot in a capture burn. We don't need to do anything else. Perfect. All right, so let us go retrograde so our camera can point towards where we are going. There we go. Our solar panels seem to be fine. Seem to be pointing the right direction. In fact, when I rotate it this way, because this camera right here, there we go. This camera right here aligns with one of our solar panels. So if I have this pointed at the sun, then I know that my solar panel is pointing at the sun. Camera placement is very important when doing an IVA playthrough. Alright, we are going to set this to periapsis of our rendezvous. So yeah, our target is tracked. Everything is good. Got 636 meters per second in our rocket left. Okay, so everything is set to go. All we need to do now is time warp our way to the sphere of influence. You know, I have an idea that will help keep an eye on our maneuver and keep an eye on our stuff without I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know how to say this. By putting a maneuver here in our time to maneuver, that doesn't seem to... So this maneuver should align with just after we cross the sphere of influence. So if I don't end up catching our crossing of the sphere of influence, then yeah, see, that changes the time. Alright, we're just going to let it go. We're still far enough away from target that we don't have to worry. Let's throw down a quick save. Okay, so we switched it back to orbit and then maneuver. So this will give us an idea of where we jump into the sphere of influence. Let's, we don't need to look at our resources anymore. Let's put this on the second camera. There we go. All right, we got some time. Time warp our way forward. Oh, seeing first spotting of the Mun right there. Oh, and I think this that little hiccup right there was our sphere of influence change. Yeah, and see, now we're no longer pointed that way. All right, so yep, we are in the sphere of influence change. We can go ahead and get rid of that maneuver. All right, so we change that to orbit. We're gonna put this to periapsis. That'll give us an idea of when we need to do our science experiments. Let's see, what kind of camera result do we get from there? Oh, is that Kerbin? That might be Kerbin right there. Okay, I'm not sure exactly where this camera lines up with that, but I'd like to see the surface if I can. But anyways, we are in the sphere of influence of the Mun, so we can go ahead and do our science. Yeah, in space, high over the Mun. Excellent. We've got everything we need. Oh, there is our magnetometer. All right, okay, so if that's our magnetometer, right, so that's pointing out, oh, I don't know which side that's pointing out. All right, we still don't know yet. We'll know shortly enough. All right, so we got our science from the high space. Let's go ahead and time warp our way closer. Let's turn so we can see it. We don't need to be aligned to any particular direction. Oh, there it is. In all its low poly glory. Because these are not very advanced screens. It's not even the camera, because we can upgrade the camera. Oh wow, look at that nebula. It's fun. Anyways, let us believe it might be. We'll have to wait till we pass by. Oh wait, Is that the surface of the Mun? I'm trying to get the camera lined up so we can get a nice good view as we pass by. Alright. So 300 meters, 300 kilometers above the surface. There it is. There it is. Alright, slowing down. 3 minutes to the periapsis, 45 kilometers above the surface. I think low in space is below 60, but I don't like to take chances because I can't remember if that's min-miss or not. So we are going to wait until we are below 20 to do our science. Nice and low. Here is our periapsis coming up strong. Getting some graphical issues with that camera. Nice. Good views. Alright, so we are now at our periapsis, which apparently was just 21, so let's just go ahead and do our science. And yep, it is space near to the Mun instead of high over the Mun, so this is indeed in the correct biome. Excellent. So our science aspect of this mission has been successful. Our fly by the Mun, all we need to do now is return the science. We could transmit something and then call this done, but I think we're going to that's a good question. I could just transmit one of these. Let's run. Can we run that again? No. What can we do? Is that possible? Yeah, it is not possible to transmit the science that we have, or to rerun one of the experiments to transmit that, so we will have to bring this home. But we are ready to bring it home. So let us time warp our way. Let's go ahead and quick save. Let's time warp our way away from the Mun. What a nice view of it as we're going away. Let's see. I think it might be better to readjust ourselves out here as opposed to in there. Can I plot this maneuver? Yes, I can. Okay. Oh, I think we'll have plenty of Delta V to bring this home. Yeah, this is only going to take 173 out of our 636. I think we'll be good. Alright, let's go ahead and time warp our way. I know I just said that a couple times, I guess. Time warp our way away from the Mun and closer to our maneuver. It's fun to see all those stars show up in the cameras. Alright, with that little hiccup and the change in our direction, believe that we are now out of the sphere of influence of the Mun. Yes, we are. So let's go ahead and point ourselves towards our maneuver. It's always good to double check, because I just realized I'm not actually pointing to the maneuver. I was pointing at the exact opposite of the maneuver. No? Am I not doing this right? Oh, I have this set to orbital. That's right. There we go. Maneuver prograde. But like I mentioned, always a good idea to double check your work. Alright, yep, see we are right there. We are set to go. A burn time of 54 seconds. Alright, everything is set. Let us time warp to the maneuver. Oh, we should also make sure that our one of our things is pointed towards the sun. Not exactly possible. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, that's good that it didn't do that. Alright, not exactly possible to point that to the sun, but I think we'll be fine battery-wise. Let's get back to time warping. Well, it looks like that's Kerbin right there. Fun little coloring. Oh, did we miss it? Did we miss our maneuver? Did we time warp past it? Yes, we did. Okay, well, let's just move that ahead a little bit. Let's change this around. Yeah, it's good not to time warp too quickly. Okay, nonetheless, we are in a good enough position. We are not lined up with the maneuver though, so we will have to do that before having to activate. 26 seconds, I believe, was the time that we need to activate it at. Oh, and of course we missed it again, but that's okay. We can just do that, check that, and fire. Do we have our thrust limited? Yes, we do. Well, let's get this up. There we go. $65.9. Not bad. Let's see if we can use the 460 meters that we have to bring that down. Oh, absolutely, I believe. Okay, so this seems to be kind of the best I can get. We're gonna drop our periapsis. Yeah, I don't have a lot of delta V to play with. We're gonna drop our periapsis to 51. You know what? We could potentially... Or we're just going to use this FDAI right here. Could potentially just drop our periapsis now to an appropriate height, because I know that that will get us in. We'll just run this way. Alright, so this is going to be the maneuver that we're going with. We're going to use practically all of our delta V. It will bring our apoapsis down significantly, so we don't have to litho brake for very long, or aero brake for very long. It will bring our periapsis down to below 50, in the general sense that I think it's only going to take one pass to bring us in. If not, make it on the first pass. We probably will land in the dark side. There's nothing I can really do about that, unfortunately. But we'll see how it goes from there. It's a 21-second burn, so not too bad. And we'll start that in about 2 days, 4 hours. Alright, so that is set up correctly. Go ahead and point ourselves towards our maneuver. Perfect. Let's go ahead and... No, we want our antenna for now. Alright, so let's time warp to the maneuver. We need to stop it at about 12 seconds. Time warping quite quickly, so we gotta make sure we stop it before it goes past its mark. Whew, okay, 18 seconds, good. Quick save here. And a nice view of Kerbin there, ready to come home. Alright, so let's just go ahead and time warp again. We are aligned with our nav ball. Again, we need 12 seconds. All right. We're gonna burn and then we're gonna close everything up. Oh, dropped it to 11 seconds, but that's okay. All right, look at that. We are coming down significantly. That sound lets us know that we are going to be coming back through the atmosphere. Our periapsis is low enough. We do have enough delta V. What would the best usage of this be? Well, first let's clear a node. Our periapsis is at 39. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're going to point orbital retrograde, which is fairly close to what we are at now. And we are going to close up. Is that not doing it? Maybe is it on 5? There we go. What was that? I don't know what that was, but we're all closed up now. So we are going to go into the atmosphere with our tank for a little bit. We're going to burn off the last of our delta V and finish this up. Oh, am I already in the atmosphere? Oh, I'm already in the atmosphere. Yep, let's just burn, burn, burn. Periapsis is coming down significantly. Okay, that's done. Stage. Oh, that's cool looking. Alright, there's nothing else we can do. That's giving us the information we need there. Keep an eye on our heat here. Do we have something to monitor our blader? We do have our temperature. Okay. So it's a lower periapsis than I wanted, but it did bring down our apoapsis to the point that we will be landing on this first pass. So hopefully we don't come in with such a force that we burn up. Keep ourselves aligned. It's a good thing we still have that reaction wheel inside so we can control ourselves. Don't need this anymore. Go ahead and bring that up to the camera. Nice. You get to see that we're passing over the mountains. Are we going to land anywhere near the KSP? No, nowhere near. Okay, that's fine. But it looks like we're going to land in the daylight, so that's kind of nice. We'll be able to see our entire descent. Alright, so nothing left to do but sit back and hope. But it looks like, oh, yeah, we're at 26 kilometers. The heat just dissipated. Oh, we are looking good. All we need to do is activate our parachute in time, and we'll be set to go. So we're going to activate our parachute at around 3 kilometers, I think. Around the time that we end up passing through the cloud layer. Oh, and there we go. See the ground layer. It's a little less than 3 kilometers, but that's okay. 2 kilometers is good enough. And turn off our SAS and let it just float down easily. There we go. So it sounds like our secondary parachute has deployed, and we are now hovering around between 8 and 9 meters per second of a descent. Not the greatest, but we do have the rest of the heat shield that could potentially absorb the explosion, and hopefully our science bay stays, because that is the besides, you know, completing the mission of flying by the Mun, that is the biggest part of this mission, was getting us science that we can use to further our means of exploration. And in the next episode, we are going to be working more on that probe mission, or the probe in the administration, what is that called? The program. The Mun program. We're going to be landing some probes on the Mun. We need to do we need to land in 3 different biomes, depending, you know, doesn't matter how many probes you do, but you need to land in 3 different biomes, collect science, and return it. So we will be focusing our efforts in the next episode on that. Very excited. Let's go ahead and time warp forward a little bit. Oh, we're coming down. We're coming down. Beautiful sunset right there. And touchdown. That was a safe enough landing if I've ever seen one. We're going to go ahead and hop out of IVA mode for a second, just to confirm that we indeed... Yep, we are all intact there. That is beautiful. That is a sight to see. All right, well, let's, can we? No, we can't. Yes, we can. Hop out of here. I don't think this works, but let's give it a shot anyways. To recall our probe home. And there you have it. 222 science earned from that. Got some funds back, so, you know, we did spend quite a bit to get that science, but it was worth it. Oh, nice hazy day at the KSC. But yeah, with that 272, we'll be able to unlock a couple more things, which will help us along. And like I mentioned, as the thing was landing, in the next episode, we're going to work on that. So I don't think there's anything else to say, except thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're looking forward for the next KSP POV. If you did, please consider subscribing. Drop me a like, let me know your thoughts, and I will see y'all in the next one. Take care.